Hey fam, it's me, your chronically ill professional. Today's illustration is all about vampires. I wanted to do a more middle grade cover style illustration and include many different characters, especially in the background. I kind of imagined that the title would be something like The Vampire's Masquerade or A Night on the Vampire Council. I'm still trying to figure out form factors for these long form videos. I'm really trying to figure out what's worth talking about, how much do I talk about my life, the piece, and honestly, it's really tested my ability to believe that I'm worth listening to. I know that sounds so sad, but to be a content creator, you have to have a little ego, and I'm a huge introvert, so this has been a big learning exercise for me. It would really help me if you left a comment telling me what kind of things you want me to talk about, any questions you have about art, my life, I guess, whatever. Let's just chat and hang, and I would greatly appreciate you guys talking back. Now, for this piece, it took me a while to really get into the character forming details. I wanted to make sure I illustrated enough to have the art wrap around so that some of that castle hall background is on the back of this mock novel. And I'm still trying to figure out what my favorite brushes are in Photoshop, to be honest. I've been working in Photoshop for 2 decades, and I still don't know what my favorite brush is. I switch it up all the time. So, there's a lot of things I'm still trying to figure out, even inside this piece. I think that I really want to find a couple of brushes in Photoshop that mock a similar feeling and experience I get with Max U's brushes in Procreate. There's one in particular that I think changed my life, in my opinion, about brushes. So I can't seem to find an exact equivalent, and honestly, I just need to kind of go in there and make one myself. So, something that is smooth and buttery, but still lays out textures. And if you're curious about which brush I'm talking about from Max U, it's the pencil brush. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, but it's one of the standard pencil ones, and I'm just obsessed with it. I use it in all of my Procreate pieces. It makes sketching just come out so much quicker and smoother, and I just haven't found a similar feel in Photoshop. My art, I really tend to blend the textured, chalky kind of pencils with a painterly gouache kind of feel, and I just think that brush kind of does both, and there's not that similar brush in Photoshop. It takes more brushes to get what I want, and sometimes that's not always the smoothest way to do an illustration. Anyways, back to this piece. It really challenged me on how I was doing the background and pushing the characters forward and the background back. Especially because I'm really working in this vibrant, hot color palette. And if you're from my TikTok, you might recognize some similar color choices from this year's Drawtober. It was heavily inspired by this piece because I actually illustrated this first. I really just wanted to spend this fall creating illustrations for multiple age groups, so I focused Drawtober, which ended up turning into about 20 illustrations for a young picture book, especially of 2 characters that I actually want to make a picture book with. And then this piece I wanted to aim more towards a middle grade audience. And I think when you look at this piece as it's being made and how I added the font in the cover for this YouTube video, you'll see the clear vision that I'm going for with this piece. And I think the title really makes everything come together and pop. I'm gonna let this video finish out, so enjoy the music, and please, please, please comment, subscribe, do all the things you do for those big YouTubers, and I'll see you guys in the next illustration. Bye, y'all!